Well, this podcast is just going to kind of write itself. Can you give us, can
Yeah,
you give us an overview? Because my next question obviously is what are those 6 areas? And that'll
right.
get us to the end. I
Right.
imagine
So
you've
the
done
six,
this before, Carey.
yeah. So the 6 areas, I don't have the list in front of me, but it's all about knowing about the human endocannabinoid system, the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. So how does cannabis interact with our own body? That's important to know. Side effects and adverse effects, we have to know that. We have to have a good handle on, because cannabis is still a Schedule 1 at the federal level. And by the way, I don't see that changing really anytime soon. I always say I could be surprised, but last year people were talking about it. I was like, it's not going to happen. And there's reasons for that. But anyway, so we have to know about sort of the legality at the federal level, but also in your state. There's like one or two states. Idaho's a big holdout where like absolutely no CBD, no medical cannabis at all. And then there's of course some that are still really restricted. Like Texas is super restricted on who can use it and how they can get it and where they can get it. And then one of the things that I like best about, so it's like you need to know the physiology of how it works, the adverse effects, the pharmacology. You need to know your federal, state, local laws. And then the one I like best is the last one, which is the nurse shall basically approach the patient without judgment for their choice of palliative medicines, right? So, and when I say palliative, some people think, oh, end of life. I want to clear that up. Like palliative medicines or any medicines that we need if we have, an illness that we need to palliate or care for those symptoms and manage the illness better. Um, so, the book is actually though 9 chapters long, and so it starts with a history, because I think that's really important. So it starts with a history of medical cannabis, goes way back to ancient China and uh, Egypt, and I'm not sure if Germany is included in there too. They had some goddesses that were uh, cannabis aligned, I guess is the way to. Egypt also had some.
Cannabis friendly
Yes.
goddesses.
Yeah. Also had some goddesses.